Wall of Fame Induction ceremony. We would like to thank Mercer County for joining us this evening. We also would like to thank the Galva News, KLJB Channel 6 and WHBF Channel 4, and WRNJ for covering the game tonight. Tonight is the 14th year of the program. I would like to direct you to the back of tonight's program, which lists some of the criteria for consideration for induction and to see details of our inductees. At this time, we would like to welcome our past Wall of Fame honorees to the floor so that they may welcome our new inductees this evening. This includes the following teams. Football teams of 1955, 66, 69, 74, 83, 1993, and 1994. Basketball teams of 1947-48, 55-56, and with that team, Coach Bob Grove is with us tonight, and he's heading out to the floor. Also teams 1957-58, 61-62, 62-63, and 64, 1983-84, and the 1994-95 team. The 2002-03 girls basketball team, the 1994 track team, and the 1974 volleyball team. We also welcome these Wall of Fame individuals in attendance tonight. From the Wall of Fame class of 2015, Lowell Thulin. From the class of 2014, Kevin Gale, Craig Gale, and Keith Limas. From the Wall of Fame class of 2013, Amanda Colgan Johnson. From 2012, Ben Varner. From Wall of Fame of 2008, John Smith and Brittany Daylor. From the class of 2006, Mike Lucas. And from the class of 2004, Bob Lewin and Dale Collis. Before we announce tonight's inductees, we would like to take a moment to honor someone who was very important to Galva athletics and many of us personally. If Butch Hansen and her family would like to make their way to the floor and join our Wall of Fame members, please. On January 10th, Arnie Hansen passed away at the age of 77. Arnie was a 1956 Galva graduate. From 1983 to 2007, Arnie served as basketball scorebook keeper, football announcer, helped with the football chain gang, and assisted at numerous track meets. He also served as president and vice president of the Galva Athletic Boosters. For these efforts, Arnie was inducted into the Wall of Fame in 2011. Most importantly, Arnie may have been best known for his friendliness and his laughter and smile. In memory of Arnie and the many years he sat at this very scorer's table, we ask for a moment of reflection in his honor as we will sound the buzzer 4 times in accordance with the 4 quarters of the game. Thank you and Godspeed, Arnie. And now for our ceremony. Tonight's induction includes one of Galva's storied basketball teams and 2 standout individuals. The 1948-49 basketball team was part of a tremendous 3-year run by Wildcat teams. They were Blackhawk Conference champions with a record of 22-3 and an 11-1 conference record. They were regional finalists in the single-class system. They went on a 12-game winning streak, averaged 53 points per game offensively, and held their opponents to just 37 defensively. One of their members, Dick Wickstrand, was also named Special Mention Chicago Daily News and was inducted into the Wall of Fame in the inaugural 2003 class. Please welcome the members of that team who are in attendance tonight. First, the coach was the late Eleanor Lundeen. He is represented tonight by his daughter, Bonnie Bartel. The players tonight: Ray Banky, Coley Johnston, Walt Larson, represented tonight by his wife, Nora Larson. And Raul Huber, represented by his son, Mike Huber. Other members of the team who have since passed on or were unable to attend include John Alstrom, James Eady, Larry Hintz, Jack Lindblom, Charles Wickstrand, Dick Wickstrand, Donald Betts, Wayne Heyer, Jack Hathaway, and Arlo Nash. Due to a health concern, our first individual inductee could not be here tonight, but he was one of the most well-known all-around athletes in the area. The only thing that slowed him down was a football injury his senior year, and yet, despite that, he continued to amass numbers and honors on his way to 12 varsity letters. In basketball, he scored 665 career points, which at the time of his graduation ranked number 4. He dished out 110 assists in a season, which was number 1 at the time of his graduation, and is still number 9 all-time today. As a junior, he scored 291 points in 28 games and was second team all-conference. His senior season, still recovering from injury, he scored 296 points in 24 games, was honorable mention all-conference and honorable mention Western Illinois. In football as a junior, he rushed for 694 yards on just 65 attempts, scoring 11 touchdowns. In track, he was the points leader both his junior and senior years, and anchored both record-setting 440 and 880-yard relay teams. In baseball, he was the captain as a junior and senior and led the team in batting average, and academically, he was named an Illinois State Scholar. He continued by attending Northwestern University, where he played baseball and basketball, earning 4 letters, 3 of which were as a Northwestern center fielder. He led Northwestern in batting average 3 varsity seasons and was the 6th leading hitter in the Big Ten with an average of .386. After graduation, he was named NU's head freshman basketball coach and assistant varsity coach, and he also coached professional basketball in Portugal for Futebol Clube do Porto. Please welcome for induction Chuck Falk. Representing him tonight is his brother, Northwestern Hall of Famer, and inaugural 2003 Wall of Famer, Coach Falk. Our final inductee tonight was feared by opponents on both the gridiron and the mats, picking up 7 varsity letters along the way. He was the first ever state qualifier in wrestling at Galva High School. In fact, he was a 2-time state qualifier and 3-time sectional qualifier. As a sophomore at 185 pounds, he qualified for sectionals. His junior year, he bumped up to heavyweight and was 19-4, earning a 1st at regional, 2nd at sectional, and qualifying for state. As a senior, he went back to 185 pounds and once again qualified for state after picking up 1st at regional, 3rd at sectional, and a 21-3 record. In football, he was the most valuable defensive player for the 1983 Wall of Fame football team. He was named a 2-time Quad City Times All-Western Illinois selection at linebacker, was a 2-time first-team All-Conference at linebacker at Well, and was named first-team All-Conference at running back his senior year, and honorable mention at offensive guard during his junior season. Please welcome for induction from the class of 1985, Alex Darragh. This concludes tonight's ceremony. We ask that all new inductees please make their way to the library for pictures. After tonight's game, everyone is invited to a reception hosted by the Booster Club in the cafeteria, where you can meet the inductees and hear from them. If you have a moment, please take a minute to look at the plaques in the hallway of all Wall members. Thank you, and good luck to Coach Peterson and our current Wildcats tonight.
Is that everybody? I believe so.
Okay, we gotta even up, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna.
What do you want?
You gotta come over here behind me.
Right there.
There you go, center.
Gotta be centered.
Sure.
Oh, you got that on film, right? You got that on film. We're gonna send that to his brother.
Brother sees that.
Never could catch a ball.
You were throwing it.
Keep looking at me. You guys have everybody? I'm gonna take one more. All right, one more. Smile pretty.
I want to thank all of you for coming in here tonight. If you haven't had some refreshments, the Galva Boosters Club has the refreshments. We started 2 years ago. We got snowed out, so we had a ceremony in the gymnasium, and people expressed how they liked hearing some of the athletes, former athletes, talk. I don't know who will get anyone up here, but I would welcome any of the team members, coaches, representatives, or recipients to come forward and say what they want to say about their teammates, about their own recognition, about what this means to them. I'd appreciate it if you want to do that. Bonnie, you want to say anything? You want to say anything about your dad? Bonnie Bartelt, whose father was the coach of the 1948-49 team and others that have been in the Wall of Fame. And of course, I remember Bonnie as a cheerleader when I was just a little guy. Boy, was she good.
We didn't have the pleasure of being in a school like this, but I did love our school that we loved. When my dad was a coach, you were also the janitor, you were everything. So Dad would finish a game, and then my sister and I would play basketball with all the crushed up Coke cups. And then we'd go down when we knew all the boys were out of the locker room, and we would help clean up the locker room. On our 50th class reunion, we took a tour, and the locker room still smells the same. It was awful. And that's my basement. But Dad was a great guy. Of course, I was his daughter, so I think that, but he was really a good coach, and we went to all of his games from the time we were little tiny ones, and is she here? Is Nori here?
I didn't see Nori.
Didn't Nori come? Nori was a cheerleader on one of my dad's teams. And I was about 3, but we'd go down and sit with the cheerleaders, which was a big deal. You know, it was fun. Anyway, I enjoyed all of my time in Galva with Dad and as a student. And thanks for having this for Dad, and thanks for that beautiful plaque for my sister and I to share. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Bonnie. I think Raymond left. Oli, you probably don't want to say anything, do you?
Probably got that right.
Well, I'm trying to think of the story that Coley told me.
My acceptance speech was pretty short, wasn't it?
What? Your acceptance speech was pretty short?
Wasn't it? Yeah, I was it. Say thank you. Thank you.
Oh, there you go, Coley. Alex Darragh, do you want to say anything? I know you're talking to Sue, but...
All right, I'll say a few things.
Talking about your wrestling career, your teammate.
So, the Walter Payton jersey. Everybody was looking really slick tonight, and I was very comfortable. 1985. You guys pulled me back here from 1985. So that's the Walter Payton jersey. So I was thinking a little bit about wrestling, since that's kind of what we were here talking about, Alex Darragh anyway. And then there's a story that I thought maybe would be fun to tell. Dwayne Bell is here. Yes. Dwayne. So Ron Bell was on the wrestling team, same time as I was, and he was a big reason why I got called back here tonight. Ron was, if any of you guys know, remember Ron, or know Ron, extremely strong. I mean, the guy is tough on wrestling. So in my junior year, I was 185 pounds coming after football, and Ron was 185 pounds as a senior. And you can only have one 185 pounder on a wrestling team, and he and I were kind of beating the crap out of each other in practice, and it was, one of us should probably go to heavyweight. And I told Ron, you're a senior, I'm a junior, why don't you go to State 85 your senior year, and I'll go to heavyweight. And so that's what we did. And Ron was awesome. He won districts. He went to sectionals together as the champions from district. And he missed state by one match. He took 4th place at sectionals. It was an alternate for state. Otherwise, he would have been with me, the first guy to qualify for state. So Ron Bell was a big part of the reason why Alex Darragh was pretty good wrestler. Thanks, Dwayne. Please tell Ron I said hi. I can tell more, but that's probably not. Thanks, man. It's nice being back.
Alex is a good wrestler, good football player. You can see he appreciates the recognition, and I think those who have been here do. It's nice to see the ball players in here, Coach. We appreciate them coming. Good effort tonight, guys. Keep after it. Let's give them a hand. I think the committee and those who have been inducted have learned over the years that the kids have finally caught on to this, that we're trying to show them some positive role models in the community, in the state, in the country, Galva High School graduates who had some athletic success, but many of them have had success after that too. Anyone else want to visit? Rich, can you come up here and say something about Chuck, please? I don't think you're at a loss for words about your little brother. Chuck was one of my idols too. I mean, Rich was, but they live down the street, and I tell you, it's still tough for me to hear things about them. So, Rich?
Thank you. Personally, it's always nice to come back. I tried to make it a point to come back and be a part of everything that this great city offers to young people. I'd like to echo what was just said to the team. I know you've had a little glitch here with the change of coaches and all that. Coach, you're doing a terrific job taking over the team, and the players are responding, and I know the rest of the season is going to go well for you. Hard to speak for somebody else, but my brother, if he were here, you need to know that he has suffered a minor heart attack. I don't know if there's anything minor, but third one, and he's recovering well, but he's been told he couldn't travel, so he wishes he could have been here, but of course couldn't. But he wanted me to first and foremost thank the committee for considering him and his credentials for this wonderful honor of being inducted into the Wall of Fame. It means an awful lot to him and to his family, I can assure you. And one gentleman who would love to have been here tonight and would have been here, but most of you have heard of Bob Palm, I think, growing up in the same class as my brother Chuck. Bob just died 2 days ago, and Susan and I, my wife, are going to leave here now. We're going to go to the funeral tomorrow, as a matter of fact. He wishes that I'm sure he could have been here as well as a number of other people. But I'm not surprised to see the turnout. My brother always appreciated the fact that he grew up in a town that really cared, the support we always saw from within the community. And of course, you young people don't know, but we had a place in town called the Candy Shop. And right downtown when this town was really vibrant. And it was a place you'd go, and it was just amazing, the outpouring of fans that would come in there. And of course, we'd see it daily throughout and it doesn't stop. My brother had a terrific career And unfortunately, and I've said this to a lot of people on the committee, and they of course saw this too on their own when they saw his credentials for qualifying for the Wall of Fame. I've said to people, I think he could have been the best athlete to ever come out of this town. I know I'm biased. It's my brother. But he unfortunately suffered with, now we hear of concussion. So he had two memory losses in football. I had to give up football his junior year. So football kind of went by the wayside when he was being recruited by Northwestern his junior year by the great Era Garcia. For those of you who are old enough to know that name. So he was a legit football running back. Quick run, and unfortunately his head injuries, and the parents and the doctors, of course, they made the wise decision, as happens a lot of times today with youngsters, not to play them. Then, of course, he suffered a knee injury, so his basketball, his last year and a half, suffered from that. But I don't know of any athlete, and I have to say this with caution, because growing up, we saw a lot of great athletes in this town before us, who were great inspirations to those of us who came up in the early 60s. But for a four-sport player, football, basketball, track, 10-400, 22-something and 220, some things you've heard tonight in his credentials, to a baseball career that is one of the best I think to ever come out of this great town. When you think of all four sports, I want everybody here to know, yes, he's my brother, but you're recognizing tonight one of the all-time best athletes in all sports to ever come out of this town. I know we've seen a lot of good ones, but I just want everybody to know how I feel about it. And I know others who had a chance to maybe follow his career that are older now, like some of us, may remember his great career. But anyway, he wanted me to be sure to thank everybody, his classmates, some are here. He wanted me to thank, of course, his loving family. If you were here tonight, more of our family would have been here also. And of course, all the citizens of this town for over the years and supporting him in all of his pursuits. And then when I went on to Northwestern, of course, he had a brilliant career. He's one of very, very few people back in the 60s that has 4 varsity letters from a Big Ten school, Northwestern University. Something to be very proud of. Because those of you who are young today don't realize, new players, we couldn't play as freshmen back in our day in college. You had to use that year to get adjusted to school, right? I don't know if we did, but we were supposed to. Anyway, we only played 3 years, so I won 3 varsity letters. And my brother upstaged me again. He won his sophomore year. He got a varsity letter in basketball at Northwestern and 3 years in baseball. And had a great career as a baseball. Matter of fact, was recruited or had pro scouts looking at him until he tore up a knee in baseball, or he might have been a professional baseball player. Who knows? So tonight, on behalf of my brother, I want you to know that you're recognizing with this wonderful honor one of the truly greats to come here that we didn't see at his best during his years here. And he wanted me to be sure to thank everybody for all the support over the years. Thank you.
Considering Rich's background, we appreciate his support in coming here. I want to extend an invitation to any of you who are out there. We still could use some new members on our committee who would like a breadth of experience on it. If any of you would like to join us, you may. Also, if any of you have nominations, we hear sometimes around town, oh, why isn't so-and-so nominated? We have forms, they were at the table, we can get you some. I think you've learned who some of these old-timers are on this committee. Contact them, it doesn't have to be anything formal. Let's look at it. We've got a lot of nominees yet, but it's pretty selective. There are, those of us who are on the committee, I think it's quite an honor, so there have been some good teams yet. Some mentioned to me tonight that are worthy of induction, but they've got to get the votes. So we could use a few more people on the committee. Thank you for your indulgence. Visit with each other, enjoy, and we'll see you next year. Thank you.
An annual event and it happened once again tonight. Elliot, you were there.
Yeah, it did, Jay. Tonight was Wall of Fame night at Galva High School as they honored some of their fabulous former athletes. Oh, yes. Everybody loving the 14th annual induction ceremony. Some of Galva's best that were inducted into the Wall of Fame tonight included Alex Darragh, class of 1985. He was a state qualifier in wrestling as well as first-team all-conference in football. Chuck Falk, he wasn't able to be in attendance tonight, but his brother, Rich, was. Chuck, a four-sport stud at Galva, who went on to play both baseball and basketball at Northwestern. And then you had Coley Johnston and Raymond Benke from all the way back in 1948 there to represent that year's very successful basketball team. How cool is that? 1948, going way back for Galva. All the inductees, they got a plaque, but more importantly, they got to return to a place that was very, very special to them.
It means everything. I know how much he wanted to be here, and fortunately I am in the Wall of Fame myself. I know what a wonderful tribute it is from this great town to players that have been here and student athletes over the years. And I've always come back looking forward to it. And I really am sorry that he couldn't be here, but hopefully in the future he can come back and they're going to be able to recognize him.
It's a fabulous honor. It's thrilling to be back in Galva. It's been a few years. It's great seeing people that I haven't seen in a long time, and it's really quite an honor to be acknowledged for things you did, in high school 30 plus years ago.
Not all celebration tonight. There was a game taking place as well as Galva hosted Mercer County. Beginning of the game, Spencer Wood with a three-point attempt for the Golden Eagles. A little strong, but Ben Nichols right there for the rebound and the putback. Golden Eagles on the board first, 2-0. But here come the Wildcats. Trey Kezabowski with the steal. He is off to the races the other way. Dishes it to Mason Kaiser for the layup, and it is 9-5. Mercer County still on top. Galva continuing to cut in that early Golden Eagles lead. Jared Courts with a pass to Mason Kaiser, and Kaiser going baseline. Nice control on the line, gets the reverse layup, 9-7 Mercer County. Galva would have loved to win on Wall of Fame night, but Mercer County with other plans. Spencer Wood going to work in the post, 13-7 Mercer County. This one went down to the wire, but in the end, Mercer County holds on for the 47. Welcome back. Friday night was a great night in Galva as they honored some of their wonderful Wildcats from years gone by. It was Wall of Fame night, and I saw firsthand how meaningful the event was to the honored athletes.
The inaugural 2003 Wall of Famer baseball.
Well, it's great. There's been a lot of good teams go through here, and to be honored as one of them, it is quite an honor.
I got the phone call from Jason Bates when I was in a meeting in Syracuse, New York, and I looked at my phone and said, Kiwani. I was like, I got to take this. and so I take the call, and it's Jason Bates. He says, Alex, you've been inducted into the Galva Wall of Fame for wrestling. I was like, well, that's just amazing.
For the 1948-1949 Galva boys basketball team, class of 1985 wrestler Alex Darragh, and class of 1961 four-sport athlete Chuck Falk, Friday, January 22nd of 2016 is a night they will never forget. And they're far from the only ones.
I look forward to it every year. I wouldn't miss it. Since I was inducted, I haven't missed a year, and I intend to be back.
Not every honoree could be in attendance, but every Wall of Fame inductee has their own story. The one constant in all of those stories, the powerful influence of the Galva community, both past and present.
Seeing old friends and seeing a packed house, seeing all the Galva people back their athletics means a great deal to all of us.
They did more for us than we realized at the time, probably. We got more out of it. We were just playing sports at the time, but you learn things that carries you through your life, I think.
This town, while you're here growing up, the support mechanism, people coming to games, you see them in the stores and all that. People supported you in church and school and on the streets. We never forget where we came from. This town has meant so much to us in our upbringing that we're very proud always to come back and see everybody and just represent what we've done in college and beyond. This town has had so much to do with that.
Galva and its Wildcats, a relationship that is always growing, always giving. And you could tell how special this event was because a lot of these Wall of Fame inductees, they're not from around here anymore, but they came all the way back to Galva from all over the United States to share this special night with the Galva community.
That must have been a blast being out there.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, you saw how passionate the entire community was for their Wildcats, and from past, present, future. I mean, it was a great day.
Yeah, I've been out there for some of those. You are right. That is a special night.